Thank you very much, and also congratulations for this event that you mentioned. I'm very pleased that PhD students is organizing it because we need fresh ideas, and so it's very important this. So thank you and congratulations to you, school.
Thank you.
In my university, University of Bologna, the sustainability is a core priority. I can give you examples, concrete examples. Our budget assessment every year is performed by taking into account SDGs.
Mm-hmm.
And we have several actions on place inside the rooms, inside the buildings, all addressed to promote circularity, to reduce the use of plastics, and to collect specifically fractionating waste in a way to be recycled efficiently.
Mm-hmm.
We are also regenerating many buildings. We don't go for new buildings. We are regenerating former buildings that are belonging to the university. Sometimes it's more expensive than rebuild new things. But we go for this direction. Please take into account that University of Bologna is the second largest university in Italy with 87,000 students and over than 8,000 people work in it. So we are in 5 campuses. The strategy everywhere is this one. We are also teaching a lot sustainability. You have to consider that any program offered by my university, even in the law area, human sciences, and other, all of them are offering 3 credits on sustainability.
Okay.
It's a basic course that you have in all 3 years programs offered by the Univo. In all fields, all sectors. Of course, in the engineering school, we have dedicated programs on circular economy, but in the other humanities, other areas, they have to follow a 3 credits program on sustainability. And sustainability for us is the economical sustainability, environmental sustainability, and social sustainability. No one behind is a priority that we are including in any our action. We have, of course, many 3 years, but in particular master programs dealing with circular economy and pharmaceutical industry, more sustainable, chemical engineering, biochemical engineering, the applied chemistry. So we are offering a lot in terms of sustainability. We have many PhD programs dealing with sustainability as such, but again, sustainability is the must. It is the enabling keyword that is in our teaching and also in our working in the lab. We are also very active in research and innovation in this field. Both European projects. We are also cooperating with your faculty, your school on joint European projects on wastewater treatment, on bioeconomy in broad sense, bioremediation, and so on. And we are also very, very active with the local industries working in the field of waste recycling, waste exploitation, and also green chemistry, so sustainable chemistry, large industries like maybe Inai, different kind of Inai Versalis, and so on. So we are working also with the industries on specific projects dealing with the sustainability, improving sustainability and circularity in the value chains. I can tell you, I'm no longer young. It's over than 35 years that I'm teaching the class. Years ago, students were more they're very well ready to study. They normally come to the exam by getting high votes. Currently, students tend to study a little bit less, so maybe they not normally perform perfectly, but they have a very particular attention towards sustainability, green stuff, environmental regeneration, environmental protections. These are words, these are topics that really involve them a lot. This is something that is clear. It is clear. Things changed in this direction. So maybe they are less deeply involved in studying all the details. Yeah. But they are very close, very interested in environmental protection and valorization. And this is very important. This is very important for our future. Because we need this kind of feeling, this kind of genuine interest in these topics. Well, I ran PhD many years ago. Once in Italy, PhD was not an obligation, something for people who could spend some time in running research. It was, in Italy in particular, it was an opportunity, but it was not a must. It was not necessary for entering the university career, for example. I ran a PhD in abroad. I spent 4 years in Prague, the Technical University of Prague, for running PhD in applied microbiology. Of course, I was there and then back, that was a piece of research, but also innovation that was very close to me, because in my laureate degree, the 5 years, I'm a chemist and pharmaceutical guy, and we have a mixed laureate degree. And I ran my thesis work on the yeast exploitation at the industrial level for producing vitamins, for producing amino acids, particular amino acids. So industrial biotech was my last piece of training at the university. So then I decided to continue with a PhD in applied microbiology. And then my thesis work, PhD work, was on the use of microbes for decontaminating soils, contaminated soils, and also a little bit sediments, but mostly soils. And then I also spent 1.5 years in the US, chemical engineering departments, and I'd also at Rutgers University in biological sciences departments. So I increased my knowledge. I moved from chemistry, applied biotechnology or environmental biotechnology, and then chemical engineering, biochemical engineering. And then I got the position at the School of Engineering. And then I started working closely with engineers, where I provided all the bio and chemical part. So science that is penetrating the engineering part. And that was very, very interesting. It was also something that helped me in getting an interesting career, because the School of Engineering trusted me a lot. So they offered me the opportunity to have to go up to become full professor in relatively few years, and also to have a group of people, some associate professors, assistant professor, staff are with me. I have a large group. And this because of my particularity, but by my special background, which was mixed, interdisciplinary, I can say transdisciplinary. And this was very well recognized and valorized by the engineering school. So that is what happened actually in short, and then I moved, yes, from the applied microbiology, that was a PhD background, to bioeconomy, I can say, in the broad sense. And but in the first years, especially after the US period, I work on sediments, soil contaminated by pollutants. And so bioremediation, intensified bioremediation, enhanced bioremediation. Then I moved to the wastewater treatment first, and then to the valorization of wastewater treatment. So we were no longer oxidizing pollutants to CO2 by using microbes, oxidizing, degrading, but microbe able to reduce the compounds, to convert the organic pollutants into chemical, organic compounds with interesting opportunities on the market. The so-called biorefinery concept applied on with different tools. So this is the bio-based industry, bioeconomy in the broad sense. Okay. So this has been in few words, the process. Is a process. It's means a number of actions addressed to valorize and regenerate biological resources, and by taking care the human needs and the human health. Well, thank you. This is a very relevant question and difficult question, difficult to answer it, because the pandemic momentum that we had, I hope that we will go out from it, changed a lot, impacted remarkably in the transition that was already in place from the petroleum-based economy towards a more sustainable, but in particular, an economy based on renewable resources. The transition was ongoing, and then with the COVID emergency, we had to manage the emergency by using the plastic that we had that could be available at low cost together with other materials. And well, my personal opinion, I'm a chemist. So I'm a chemist dealing with the valorization of biological resources. So my opinion is that gradually we will replace some of the productions currently made by using oil in production coming from the sustainable biomass exploitation, non-food biomass in particular, and bio-waste in particular. We have a lot of bio-waste that are impacting a lot on the environment, and we should use them as a feedstocks, as a biomass for making chemical material and energy. In such a way, we are disposing them, we are producing valuable compounds, bio-based, and often more biodegradable than the conventional ones. So we for sure will go in this direction, but we will not replace completely the products coming from petroleum, because there are too many. They are also very, very performing. They are also cheap. But we can replace some. We can replace a part of them. I'm convinced about this. Of course, we need time. We need to continue implementing innovation and optimizing it, making it cheaper. We need to convince people to pay a little bit more bio-based products than conventional products. This because if you are using bio-based compounds, often more biodegradable, you can have a better environment for your future. But you need to talk to them. You have to convince them to spend a little bit more for going this direction. But in any case, we cannot, in my view, replace all the products coming from petroleum, because there are really many. Many of them are offering fantastic properties. Conventional plastics are offering fantastic properties. The bioplastics can replace part of the plastics that we are using, because often they do not display the same properties, the mechanical properties that the conventional plastics are displaying. What we have to do is to use conventional plastics in a more careful way. We have to collect plastics waste. We have to collect them efficiently. We have to recycle them. We can recycle 3-4 times the plastics inside the same value chain. And then we have to destroy the plastic at the end. But we can recycle. We didn't do this. We didn't use conventional plastic carefully in the past. We didn't know also the potential impact. Now we know. Now we need to implement quickly and efficiently circular economy for the use of plastic and for the use of other products coming from petroleum. And of course, gradually replace them. But I don't expect that we replace all the landscape of chemical products coming from petroleum, but only a part, also for technical reasons, but we need to use those plastics in a different way, conventional products in a different way, by recirculating them. Of course, we have a problem of also availability of petroleum. Very probably such availability is decreasing. We are expecting to reach a momentum in which petroleum is no longer available, or not enough available at low cost. This might happen, but it's difficult to say when, because we have different ways to recover the existing petroleum, and we are probably other petroleum reservoirs to discover. Well, bioeconomy is a very interesting piece of European economy and of the economy of many European countries. We are talking about 10% of turnover and employment in Europe. In Italy, bioeconomy is even higher, 12% of turnover and employment. During the last years, it increased as a sector significantly. In Italy, for example, during the last 10 years, the turnover employment in bioeconomy increased by more or less 2%, 1.5, 2% per year. And now we have a clear picture. We have a clear idea about the great potential of bioeconomy, in particular circular bioeconomy. And now it is clear because I mentioned the numbers, I mentioned the turnover employment. But what is became clear is that bioeconomy is playing a crucial role on the environmental point of view, because bioeconomy basically is the one producing, is the system of technology sectors that is producing, for example, bioplastics, biodegradable materials. The forestry and the sea as assimilating CO2 and also producing oxygen, but they are assimilating CO2. They are reducing the CO2 availability in the atmosphere. This is very important. And soil with organic matter enough inside are also assimilating CO2, so reducing the CO2 availability in the atmosphere. This is very important for mitigating climate change. And then we can use them for converting bio-waste into chemical material and energy. We can use, we are using, you know very well, biotechnology for cleaning up water, getting clean water from one hand and the useful product from the other one. So we can use them for cleaning up environments. And we can also use bioeconomy for cleaning sites and converting former industrial sites in biorefineries, for example. In Italy, we have many petroleum refineries converted into biorefineries. These are environmental implications, very important. Now it is clear to us that bioeconomies play this crucial role on the environmental point of view. And then also social sustainability. Bioeconomy is producing food for anyone. Bioeconomy is also creating jobs in the rural, coastal areas or marginal lands where no companies, no other kind of activities are normally installed and boosted. These are social opportunities, very relevant, and also, of course, the ecosystem services, the fantastic habitats in which we can enjoy our life, in which children can grow up and so on. So all of these are also social implications. So this is clear today. Today is a major priority. And so bioeconomy is strategic. The European Commission revised the strategy for bioeconomy that they launched in 2012. In 2018, they produced a new strategy on bioeconomy, where they put all the priorities that we have to put in place in order to further increase bioeconomy in Europe. And they are also investing. Horizon 2020 put 3.8 billion euros for sustaining bioeconomy, research and innovation. BBI-JU, the public-private partnership, did a similar 3.7 billion euros of investment. Horizon Europe, the one is coming, is going to invest very probably 8 billion euros for sustaining bioeconomy. So we have the strategy, indications, we have laws that are supporting bioeconomy, and we have money in research and innovation for really boosting this sector in the coming years in all Europe. Well, in my view, it will support the international economy growth, and in a smart way, making it more sustainable, making the worldwide growth of economy more sustainable and more sustainable under, in particular, environmental and social point of view. And this is what we need. What we need. Well, sustainability is a crucial keyword. I can say that we started mentioning sustainability as a keyword years ago. But now, during the last years in particular, currently, sustainability is really the core, is a must, is the must in many, many initiatives launched in Europe, in particular by the European Commission. The European Commission launched the Green Deal, European Green Deal initiative, specifically addressed to promote sustainability under all point of views. Again, economical competitiveness, but more respect of the environment, regeneration of the environment, and no one behind. So social sustainability. And the new Green Deal, I don't know if I have time to go through, I know very well the package, is a mix of policies, new policies or revised policies, together with research and innovation needs, very well identified through specific strategies, and then with money for sustaining research and innovation in a way that those objectives, those priorities can be implemented, can become a concrete advancement in the industrial sector. So you have all ingredients, policies, regulations, and strategies for bringing actors together, for bringing ministers together, along specific research and innovation priorities, and money for sustaining research and innovation in a way to have innovation for achieving the objectives put on the policies. So there is a very interesting framework for the coming years, all address specifically for improving sustainability, a sustainable competitiveness in Europe. So thank you very much for this very important question. This is another new element of the new strategies that we put in place in Europe. You need to have consumers interested in consuming the new bio-based products. Otherwise, the bio-based industry do not grow because cannot grow because there is no market for the product. If you are developing a new strategy for circular economy, for recycling some waste, you need to have people who are collecting in a selective manner the waste in order to allow you to recycle it at the industrial level, and so on. I can continue the list. You have to have consumers, citizens with you, very well informed, ready to accept the innovation and work in order to allow the new processes, the new concepts to be implemented and be effective. So you need to have people with you. This became clear. People like me, no longer young, knows very well that very often we build up fantastic new technologies, but they couldn't be applied, they couldn't transferred on the larger scale because there were no legislation allowing the owner of the technology to implement it, or it was not accepted by the society. Very often in some pieces of my country, you cannot have anaerobic digester producing methane, disposing waste and producing methane, because people are convinced that it is a technology that can create pollution or wide the pollution. So people are not, the society is not so involved in the innovation. We need to have them on board. And this lack of knowledge, lack of involvement of citizens in the innovation is due mostly to the lack of communication between scientists and the society. We are publishing fantastic papers. We are trying to publish fantastic papers in English, of course, because those papers are interested for our career. To be promoted, you need to have a large number of published papers, a paper published in the best journal. So we are spending a lot of time for writing these papers. And this is pretty good because we need to share the innovation. We need to share what we are developing, or in order to allow other colleagues to continue to complement, or companies to build up industry, build up plants. But we didn't care so far to the communication with the citizens, with the society, because that was not a priority. So we discovered fantastic things, but the society doesn't know anything about that. And so we didn't communicate enough or efficiently with the society. And this has to be done nowadays, has to be done maybe by people like me who are already professors that does have to pass exams. But it's very important to do that. It's very, very important. We need to do this by using simple words. We need to do this like today. We are sharing with you. I dedicated time for discussing with you. You are close to other young people from different background. You can tell them what we share today. And those people can share with the parents at home what they're listening. But we need to have this momentum. We need to have this communication. It's very important. We started doing this in Italy, for example, but I know that this is happening everywhere in Europe. But in Italy, we have the day of for the science. We have in Bologna, in my university, every year we have surely a couple of days dedicated to put on the streets what we are doing in the lab. We are calling open science. So people are along the street, literally, with the processes that they developed or the product that they developed, open to discuss to anyone who is passing through. So really with the citizens, with the consumers. And often we are organizing workshops in the libraries of the city, in the Saturday afternoon or the Sunday morning, open to anyone walking through the main plazas, main square of the city. They can enter in the libraries and then listen the professor who are talking by using simple words and presenting what they are doing. We need to do this. We need to have citizens on board, consumers involved in the innovation, in the problems that we are facing, and then in the innovation that we are putting in place. Just to tell you how also the Commission taking care to this, in Horizon Europe, the new framework program, the Commission launched 5 missions. The missions of Horizon Europe are specifically addressed to engage citizens. They decided the 5 areas, strategic areas. One is cancer, another one is healthy soil, for, of course, healthy food. Another one is healthy seas, oceans, and water. Another one is carbon neutral cities, and so on. So there's, of course, the other one is cancer. 5 major areas. The Commission asked to the member states to organize at the national level workshops in which they are presenting at the white people, at the population, in the open systems, the priorities discussed in Brussels, to get inputs, to get suggestions, to involve them, but also to get suggestions to then bring back to the Brussels for revising the strategy. Because the strategy from Brussels has to take into account the contribution from the society, from the citizens, and from the territories, not only in some cities in Europe, not on the countries. Each country has to organize national events for presenting the priorities decided in Brussels and collect inputs. A representative of the country has to transfer the input to Brussels, just to tell how things are changing here as well. We need to inform on scientific evidences the consumer, the citizens. We have to do this. Otherwise, as you mentioned it, the consumer are listening the information that we are receiving easily nowadays through the mobile phone and the web. Well, you have to do that, and the message is that in each areas of knowledge, in each area of innovation, we need to improve sustainability, because sustainability implies economical sustainability, environmental sustainability, the only one that we discussed for years, along with social sustainability. Mm-hmm. We have the social sustainability is very, very important for the future. No one behind. This is a clear message. Mm-hmm. We're very important also because we are facing a difficult momentum, but things are becoming a little bit more complex for the future. We have to be sustainable also under social point of view. Social sustainability is everywhere. Is under the engineering field, under economical field, under human sciences, humanities, etc., etc. Is everywhere. Sustainability has to be a crucial priority for all of you as a student, all of us as a people. We also should start measuring sustainability in some ways. It's easy to talk, but we need to measure the sustainability really achieved, and because this implies scientific-based approach, the science-based actions in some ways. So we need to start monitoring and measuring sustainability, but we need to be more sustainable in each field in which we are working.